Hi, my name is Corey Minter, and I am with Trinity Employment Specialists. We're a staffing firm located here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but we staff for travel nurses all over the nation. And so I wanted to spend a couple of minutes to just educate the travel nurses that we work with, primarily the people that we want to educate or just help, are people that maybe they're working in a position and they've talked to travel nursing, they're interested in it, but they really don't know about it because it's not a traditional type of job. And or someone who's newer to travel nursing and you just want to maximize the amount of money that you make and your experience along the way. And so we want to be able to give you good knowledge, good wisdom as you navigate your journey through this. And so, and then of course, if you have any questions about any of these things, please give either myself or call Trinity at 918-622-2588, and you can speak with Darcel. She is our lead travel nursing recruiter. But this particular podcast or video cast here is 10 tips to make the most of your nursing experience. So number one thing, and really a lot of these are going to be tied to financial gains for you as well. So the first one is look for transition jobs. Many times in a facility, you're going to see opportunities where nurses are being trained on some kind of software, or they're going to need to go into some kind of specialized training. Oftentimes, hospitals will offer increased rates during these times. What you can do is ask your travel nursing recruiter and say, hey, listen, do you know of any crises happening, or do you know of any new training times that hospitals are going to do? For example, if they were going to implement a new EMR system or something like that, well, they're going to pay a travel nurse a little bit more for that time period. And that's a great opportunity for you to make some really quick money, especially in your transition. So, for example, when you end a 13-week assignment and you've worked with your travel nursing recruiter to be able to set up the next one, oftentimes, and sometimes there'll be a 1-week gap or something like that. And if you wanted to take advantage of those, you can look for those transitional assignments that would be short-lived. So that's a great tip for you, I thought. The next thing is you can shop around. Listen, we would really love for you to land at Trinity Employment Specialists. We believe that we treat our nurses better than other places. I don't want to claim that we are the best in the world, but we do really care about human beings. We offer each one of our nurses, training and all sorts of great perks and benefits for working with Trinity. And so we would love for you to work with Trinity. However, one thing that you can do is just shop around, try to get the best deal for yourself. I do think that in the end, one of the things that I've learned as I've made money and done well for ourselves is that the thing that is most important to me is no longer just making the most money. It's honestly working with the people that I want to be around. I've noticed that money isn't everything, and my experience and journey along the way is worth more to me. So I just want to be around people that I enjoy. So Trinity's our entire vision is to try to be that for other people. Now, we're not going to be the perfect person for everyone, but I do think that we're going to be better than most, at least in the way that we treat people. So please check with us on it, but you can definitely shop around to get the most money. Next thing is, you need to always take the housing stipend. If you're ever offered it, you always want to take it. Because especially, where a recruiting agency that might not be as ethical with you is they could say, well, since you're going to be living in your home and driving 50 miles or more away, and you're going to be staying in your home, I guess you won't be needing the housing stipend. Well, they can still offer that to you, and it can be a tax-free income. So don't forget about that. Always, always, always take the housing stipend, and don't let anyone talk you into not getting it. But to be able to get your housing stipend, you need to do the following point, and that is make sure that you keep your tax home. So if you are going to travel all over the nation, well, one of the things that the federal government, and I really don't even understand why, other than to make money for them, but they require for you to have one home that's a tax home that you go to, and you hold that home. And if you don't hold that home, they will not allow for you to take the stipend tax-free. So you need to know that, because there's some younger nurses who they might be like, well, I don't want a home right now, and I just want to go travel all over the world. And so I will just go to the next, I'll use my travel nursing agency to just take me from home to home to home. That doesn't work with Uncle Sam. They want you to have a tax home. So make sure you realize that, or at least talk to your tax accountant about it. Next thing is you need to get licensed in multiple states. So they have something called a nurse compact, and you'll want to check those states that are in the nurses compact state and make sure that you get licensed as a compact state nurse. That way, you can use your one license and work in multiple states. Now, not every state is a part of this, but it is a majority of the states, and you ought to be able to navigate almost anywhere that you want to go if you go get your compact license. So make sure that you get licensed in all of those states and that you make that a priority for you. It's not a big deal. Just like everything with the government, they just want your money, and if you pay enough money, they'll give you the license. It's ridiculous, but that's how it works. The next thing is you'll want to set a specific goal for yourself. So let me give you an example. You know, if you want to make good money in travel nursing, one of the things that you got to keep in your mind is that you're going to be in a brand new place. And especially, let's just say if we get you a place on the beach in Florida. Okay, it's going to feel like you're on a little bit of a vacation at night. So you might have a little bit more of a desire to go out and go to restaurants, go to the beach. For some people, you might go have a drink on the beach or go have dinner on the beach. And whereas in normal circumstances, you would go home and eat. You want to be careful with this if you have financial goals for yourself. So you want to set your goal up front and go, all right, I want to make this much money at the end of this contract. So to do that, this is my housing allowance. This is my food allowance. This is my entertainment allowance. And so you do the same thing. I don't want to be a financial counselor here, but that's how the wealthy do well. I mean, they plan it out and they tell their money what they're going to go. They tell their money what it's going to go do. They don't allow the experience to tell their money what to go do. Does that make sense? You want to be in control of it. And that way, at the end of it, you'll be able to maximize. Let me do one more point before I go. You'll want to work with a financial professional, because a lot of times, especially coming straight out of being a staff nurse into a travel nurse, you're going to make almost double the salary. So what you want to do is work with the financial counselor to be able to set up a way to regularly fund different type of investments that you can do. And make sure that if you are going to spend your time traveling all over the United States, and you're doing it for the money, I encourage you to make sure that it really benefits you in the long run. A good someone that I read a long time ago said something very, very profound that has helped me in my life, and that is if you'll agree to live like no one else today with your finances, it's very likely you'll be able to live like no one else tomorrow. And so you'll be able to take care of yourself very well if you are intentional with it. But if Trinity can help you with your travel nursing or with any of these ideas, I believe we're a really great source of knowledge. Give us a call at 918-622-2588, or you can visit us online at trinityemployment.com.